Well, this week is the commemoration of the D-Day landings 80 years ago. So I've decided to finally come and do RAF Deenethorpe. It's very, very windy though, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm just leaving Bulwick and doing a circular route out around the Deenethorpe airfield. I think there's a cafe there now. And come back through the lovely Deene Park back into Bulwick at the other end. The nice thing is I'm in the shade for the first bit, and it's all uphill out of Bulwick. Just getting your body back used to it, isn't it? That first few minutes is really testing you, and you just know it's going to be a hot one. So I brought plenty of water with me and a flask of coffee. So getting to the road where these houses were, and then there is a bridle path. And the problem is the field's not being done yet. According to my sat nav, it's straight across the field, so we'll follow that. Without a map, you always doubt yourself. You're walking across this big expanse of field, and then you look down and there's a yellow marker in front of you telling you where the bridle way goes. So good feeling. Beautiful here though. Right. Now to find the way, which is obviously over there, but no path. There you go, pretty much come round the outside of that field and into this one. And now it's a little bit more signposted. Let's check that we've not got to go left here. We have. Sunday morning, little troll through that grass, and now we're onto a hard lane. Nice thing about Sunday morning at what is it now? Just coming up to 9 o'clock. Haven't seen a soul. Didn't see a soul on the roads, or a couple of cyclists who get out early. We've got a bit of cloud cover, so it's not roastingly hot at the moment, which is quite nice. So we must be about 2 miles in of our 9-mile journey. So D-Day commemorations this week. I haven't had the time to catch up with it all on the TV, which is a shame actually, because I really enjoy that stuff. Everything to do with World War II, and there's so much history in the Northamptonshire area. So today I thought I'd take a trip to Deenethorpe, which I've driven past hundreds and hundreds of times. Never realised the significance of it. The home of the mighty 8th. I noticed there was a video about Plover in Savannah in Georgia. They have a big museum there which I really must visit one day. And there's a diorama of Deenethorpe. Because if you read the plaque that you can easily access from the main road, they talk about them being the most successful air bombardment group. You know, they hit more targets and lost the least amount of men, which is quite amazing in World War II, because, you know, I think it was like 1 in 7 planes never came back. It was quite a show. We've got to turn off here for the bridleway, but we're going straight on. So yeah, nice to come and see Deenethorpe. I don't think there's an awful lot of it left. It's one of the few in the area where the runway's actually still there. So I think there's a microlight school that use it. Actually, it just took me jumper off. I brought a raincoat with me, but hoping that today wouldn't be the day like that. Don't need it. Strange plants. There's hundreds of them. I've never seen so many. I don't know what they're called. They're the sort of things that you see pictures of dormice on, aren't they? I don't know what they're called. Well, so far it's been quite a good underfoot walk. I think even if you were coming in the winter time, you could do most of this. It's a bit across the field, but the grass seems quite long, so I can't believe it'd be too muddy. Get to the end of that lane, come down and take a right, and we're still on hard standing, and it's turned chilly, which is quite funny. Then he just took my jumper off about half a mile ago. Hopefully the sun comes back in a minute. It says no rain, so we should be alright. It's hard to believe really, is that, you know, 80 years ago this wasn't all farmland. A lot of it was taken over by the military, and they quickly had to build runways and start moving people around, and a lot of these were handed over to the Americans, like North Witham, Polebrook, Kingsliff, you know, and they stamped their being on them. And even though a lot of the buildings have fallen down, there's still some great things that exist, and I do like that. I do like coming out and having a little explore, keeping fit. I should really credit at the moment all the people I've watched in making these films, people that are far more read worthy than me. I can give you all the dates and the battle names, and I know this to be the Mighty 8th, and Polebrook is the 351st Air Bombardment Group, things like that, but there's a heck of a lot more to know. For me it's just a passive interest for those guys. Their videos are inspiring, and you know, I'll try to remember to put a few links up, if not here, certainly at the end of the video, so that you can check out a bit more detail. Right, so it's only a couple of 100 feet. We're now turning off left here and down the side here. Looks like a gate. Is the gate open? Not sure whether you're getting down here. Here's the stile here, but do you know what? Just come into this wood, and it sounded like a big deer that was jumping and running through the woods, which is quite scary actually, because it's quite dark. But here we are. You look down. If this isn't some sort of perry track for an airfield, I don't know. We must be getting near to it now. Well, we come out that woods, and here we are onto the airfield. So over there in the crops must be the runway somewhere, because over in the distance, I don't know if you can see this, so I'll zoom in, hangars. I can just see over there the flag for the monument at the side of the road. I've always wondered how you get from the monument onto the airfield, but I've come the long way round. Very windy on the airfield. So this is the entrance road to the active airfield, as it's called now. There's the gate I just come through, and that takes you up to where the hangars are and everything. I mean, the footpath takes you around. This says it's private property. Actually, I try to follow the bridle way and do it the right way, but it's just stinging nettles 6 feet high all the way down there. Nobody's maintained it, so I'm going to go back up to that private road and walk in. Who knows, this could have been a gatehouse, I suppose. Certainly looks old enough, doesn't it? Yeah, I've taken a walk up that private road, cutting off the corner of walking around those woods and that, because it's just impassable. No point in getting hurt or stung to death for the sake of it. But we're coming up here. So I don't think that could have been the runway I walked over earlier. I must have walked around the edge of it, because there's the runway. Wow. Serious bomber runway, isn't it? Can't believe that hangar is an original, but yeah, thanks to the Deenethorpe Microlight Club there, I'm a bit off the beaten track. I couldn't get down that path as I showed you, and I just wandered in and said any chance I could get a cup of tea, and they were really appreciative. Got a lovely little clubhouse there, and you get to elevate yourself up and have a look over the airfield. So yeah, fabulous. Thanks very much, guys. So I've just walked up from the cafe just there, and if I'd gone around the path that was designated, this is where I would have popped out, which is a shame actually, because you wouldn't have seen the end of the runway properly, which is obviously one of the treats of coming to a place like Deenethorpe. Appreciate it's operational, but as long as you're sensible. That's still the road in, and now we're back on the bridleway. I keep forgetting to film the turn-offs. That's the turn-off, that Perry track, and we're now heading down towards Deene Park. So we've got a little cross over the main road through Deene Park and into the back of Bulwick. Yes, I think the camera might have run out of battery power up there, and I was going talking to myself, so I don't know what you've missed, but we've dropped down off the airfield, down a little country lane, and we're now into the village of Deenethorpe, and shortly we'll be crossing the main road and heading over to Deene Park, which I've never walked through before, so that should be quite good. Lots of new cottages here, all brand new buildings, but when you look at the old cottages, which are period back to sort of 80 years ago, this would have been a leafy little village with not much in it, I would have thought. It's all new this side. Whether the other side of the village is the old part, I don't know. We shall soon see. And down. I think that road takes you over to the main road, but the old sat-nav is telling me to go down here. So we'll hit the main road this way shortly. I didn't film coming across the road because it was dangerous, but if you come straight out on the road, there's a little bit of grass you can see that you can come underneath, and then there's this stile so well hidden. I'm pretty sure Deene Park don't want you to know it's there. There's a little bit of trampling gone down, so somebody's used it, but it's nice for you to know it's actually a footpath. I've probably picked the best possible day for this, because there is underlying water in these kind of marshy lands, but at the moment it's all grass on top and you can walk on top, and I'm not getting soaking. No need to wear my old waterproof socks, I don't think, although it is quite boggy here. We should be out of it soon though. And here we are, out into the wind again. That's quite a treacherous bit. And down there you've got the water through the trees. Big pond lake thing that they've got. Now a nice bit of grass to walk on. Clean my boots off. Right, we're now on the top of this hill. Just in the distance over there, again you might not see it, is Rockingham Raceway. So we're going to loop around into Deenethorpe and back over into Bulwick. I should think it's about another 3 or 4 miles, I would imagine. And up towards that farmyard there. Right, we're into the village of Deene. Boy, it's quiet. 11 o'clock. Like nobody's got out of bed yet. Is there anything more British than an obelisk with a teapot on the top? Man, this has got to be the most picturesque walk I've done in a long time. Just nice and gentle downhill in a perfectly farmed field. I don't know who the farmer is, but he's made a great job of it. Just enjoyed that part of the walk, and then we're down into grassy, muddy. You never know when you're going to need your bottoms on anyway. Waterproof socks for a definite. a little bit muddy underfoot. This is not the path that's been trod a lot. A biplane going over the top of us. This is quite treacherous. I'm glad I stopped for a coffee break before I get over there. I can see the next yellow mark. I'm over by the road. But it's through this brackeny stuff. See how we get on. This is not pleasant. This is there's patches of water under your feet, there's places where it hasn't been trod down. It's almost like this has been trod down by deer or something. Man, it's never ending. Not a nice part. So in and out of Deene Park has not been pleasant. Well, we came over the stile and we've come down to a brook. There's no bridge, so here's the stile back here. So we're supposed to be going that way then. Right, okay. Not quite sure where. I think I can see the footbridge now. Oh man, I wouldn't want to do this again. So I've come out on the main road, but what somebody was kicking at me for. Well, the route's all gone wrong. Come across the road there, very, very busy. I've got stung to buggery, trying to find a way back into the path. Heaven knows. Heaven knows. How the heck is that a footpath? There it is, the footpath goes up there to the main road, but absolutely no sign that it should come in here at all. And there we have it, within 20 seconds of coming out that pit. We're back out into the open, but there was no signs or anything there. That was really bad. Right, let's have a look which way we're going now. So we're going to follow the river back towards here, back towards the starting point. Keeps us off the main road. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if you were if the main road had a path. You could have walked down there to the village because you couldn't find the footpath, but here you didn't really have much choice. You had to delve through it, and there's Armco up to stop the cars from coming off the road. But you could paint on the Armco where the footpath starts. This is something to see. This is proper old parkland. You know, famous oaks. You know, very, very old. There's not really any carved out footpaths. You kind of just trudge across the fields, but they're not easy to find. This is old England. This is stately home type parks that just don't get touched, which is lovely. You see the shadow under there for the animals and all the sheep under those trees. Finally got out of the field, heading towards the church. Well, that was an adventure and a half.